My name is Philip Malbranche. I have a degree in sociology from Geneva College, Pennsylvania, and have been homeless for most of the past 17 years. Sometimes people don't believe my story or are surprised. Part of it is because of stereotypes. I have none of the usual problems that lead to homelessness. I don't have a substance abuse problem. I don't have a psychiatric disability. But I have suffered from sporadic employment. The experience of homelessness is terribly challenging, and it tries one's patience. We have experiences of stereotypes and being, as a result, misjudged, abused, verbally, physically. We know what it's like to be disrespected continually. Many of us don't want to have to depend on the government for basic needs. I struggled with that for a time. In fact, for a time I refused to take public assistance and struggled without that. Then realized that it would be necessary to use public assistance and to try to cope with my situation with that help from the government. We have obligations as being recipients of public assistance. And the way those obligations are communicated, the exchanges, the interactions that we have are not pleasant oftentimes. It's very easy to look down on someone on public assistance, but people who become poor come from all walks of life. They're well-educated people, some people who have problems with literacy, but we all need basic courtesies to try to solve the problems that we have in our personal lives. We're taught in our youth, in school, in our families to be independent. So that education, that formation is strong in us, and that's how we react when we find that we're left with nothing. Something that is important to me and that has helped me cope is the religious education that I got many years ago. In the biblical stories, there are examples of how to deal with social problems in our lives. That's where my motivation comes from. My interest in sociology, in social problems, in humanitarian assistance, in migration and refugee problems stems from those early biblical stories that I heard. As a person experiencing homelessness, I found that I was the one who was a refugee. I'm a refugee in my own country. I am working with others to try to end homelessness. I'm not afraid to talk about homelessness and my experience with homelessness because it's my experience and it's been a long-term experience, and I've become an advocate, and I have to make sure that others believe there's a connection between what's going on in society and what's going on in our personal lives. An individual who is suffering, that individual suffering is not unrelated to what's going on in society. The challenge for us today is to be good and to do good when some don't care for goodness in the world. We need that all the more today.